Aardman Animation's 2000 film Chicken Run is easily one of my favorite films as they worked on it with DreamWorks. And for years, we've wanted another one. And finally, after over 2 decades since the first film came out, we got it in Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget, now streaming on Netflix. But is this long-awaited and long-overdue sequel a real golden nugget of a winner? Or is it just a complete bad egg? Find out in this spoiler-free review right now. Bad Days, Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Noel, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the recently released stop-motion animated comedy flick Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget, from Netflix along with Aardman Animations. Now this film premiered just last Friday actually. This is a long-awaited and long-overdue sequel. Now, apparently this film was to be another collab between Aardman and DreamWorks, but, well, it's hard to explain. And then it was to be done by Summit Entertainment. Okay, now I'm seeing. Well, DreamWorks didn't have involvement with this after Aardman after Flushed Away came out in 2006. But they soon decided to try and get back on about the mid-2010s. And that they were going to let Summit Entertainment release it. But despite their previous attempt, Early Man was a big disappointment. They just went off it again. But soon, they started again in 2021. And going into 2022, last year. And soon they brought in a big cast. Well, it's unfortunately none of the original cast is in here, but I think, the way I see it, just one, to be honest. Anyway, but let's get into what I know about this story. Like I said, this is spoiler-free, so you'll only get a little bit of the story. It's been years since the chickens have escaped from Tweety's farm. Ginger and the freed chickens have settled in idyllic island bird sanctuary where the flock can live in harmony without any risks from humans. Ginger and Rocky start a family with a hatchling named Molly. The rats Nick and Fetcher occasionally visit the chickens to drop off supplies for their new home. Sometime later, an 11-year-old Molly grows adventurous and more curious about the outside world from the island, but Ginger, haunted by her experience from the farm, refuses to let Molly leave the island, and Rocky does not want to tell her about the outside world. Soon after, humans have arrived on the mainland shore of the lake with trucks and construction. Suspecting to be another chicken farm, Ginger orders the chickens to lay low and wait until the humans leave. Driven by her curiosity, Molly argues with Ginger, and later that night she sneaks across the lake and into the outside world. Ginger and Rocky discover this and brings a party consisting of Babs, Bunty, Mac, and Fowler to retrieve her. And meanwhile, she meets, a teenage chicken named Frizzle, who saves her from being hit in by a car on the roadway. Well, apparently, but soon get caught by the mysterious Dr. Fry, who apparently turns out to be the second husband to, I won't give you a heads up. I think you know who it is. But here's a slight heads up, just in case. You guessed it, Mrs. Tweety is back. And this time with a new, improved kind of way to take care of chickens and make some money once and for all. But that's it. That's all the story I'm going to give to you. That's all I'm going to tell you on this story. If you want to know more of this movie, then you're going to have to see the movie. But anyway, sorry I didn't want to give you my review of the first one. Well, suggest my review of the first one at the beginning. So I'll just leave for you at the end. I'm sure a lot of you have already watched it by now. Anyway, now I will say that it's pretty good in one of you. It's not quite as close to as good as its predecessor, but it tries its extreme best though. Now we have Harry Gregson Williams, who previously scored its predecessor with John Powell. He returned to score the film, marking his fifth collaboration with Aardman. And it's also the second time Gregson Williams scored a sequel to a film solely by himself after he composed its predecessor with Powell, the first being Shrek 2. Back in October, a couple of months ago, it premiered at the 67th BFI London Film Festival, with none of the cast in attendance due to the strike. I don't really want to talk about that. However, they had the film's characters walking the red carpet in their place. It premiered on Netflix last week and had a preview at the Annecy International Animation Film Festival back in June of this year. So anyway, I will say that it's not too bad. I mean, well, with what I've said about its premiere and what have you. But anyway, now the film currently sits certified fresh at 79% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying that the film offers more of the easy laughs and eye-catching animation that fans of the original enjoyed, although there's a general feeling of diminishing returns. Definitely, I agree. It does provide the good laughs and the fun film animation that a lot of us fans of the original enjoyed, yes. But there is a kind of a bit of a downside. They don't have much of the original cast back. As much as I hate to say it, I'm horrible. Well, from the looks of it, there are a couple of voice actors from the first film back with us. Okay, hang on. Please stand by. I'll be right back. I gotta do some last-minute research. Okay, apologies. I need to check my sources just to make sure. Just a little bit of the original cast returned, not all of them. Now, they did use archive recordings of Julia Sawala, the original voice of Ginger in the first film, used in flashback sequences. Ginger is voiced by, how do I pronounce it again? Thandiwe Newton, formerly knew as Tandy Newton, who I only remember seeing her in Mission Impossible 2, and also, oh yeah, I forgot she was in the Chronicles of Riddick as well. And she had recently played Val in Solo, a Star Wars story. She voices Ginger. She's not too bad. Zachary Levi, who recently returned as Shazam earlier this year, does the voice of Rocky. He's good. Not as good as Mel Gibson, though. Again, he tries his best. Voicing Molly is Bella Ramsey. Yes, he's pretty good. David Bradley. I think I've heard that name before or seen it before. Oh, yes. You may remember him as Mr. Filch from the Harry Potter franchise. Now takes over the role of Fowler. Ramesh Ranganathan voices Nick, and Daniel Mays voices Fetcher. Yes. Josie Sedgwick Davies voices Frizzle. Now, other new characters, we have Pierce Serafinowicz voicing Reginald Smith, the owner of a chain of restaurants called Sir Eolot. Nick Mohammed voices Dr. Fry. The other voices we have, returning from the first film, we have Imelda Staunton, once again voicing Bunty, Lynn Ferguson, once again voicing Mac, and Jane Horrocks, once again voicing Babs, and Miranda Richardson as Mrs. Tweedy. So, It's good that they brought a little bit of the original cast back. Not all of them, though. So that's just my biggest downside with the film. But nevertheless, it's still fun and colorful in some parts. You'll see why. Here's one more review. Empire magazine says the ambition and technical scope are markedly bolder than its predecessor. Aang is silly, witty, extremely British. This is a family film made with a very Aardman-y kind of crafting care. Well, true and what have you. I will agree with that. But again, while it's a shame they didn't bring back all of them, all the actors and what have you, but since they have a little bit of them, it's fine, what have you. I mean, if you like the first one, I think you'll feel right at home with the second one. You be the judge. So Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget, while not quite close to as good as its predecessor, but it manages to pull off a few moves and what have you. So I'd say give it a one-time watch. For my score, I'm going to give Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget 3.5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 7. So what did you think of Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget? Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And stay tuned. Later tonight, I'll be bringing to you my review of Every Which Way But Loose. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, check out these other films I've recently reviewed. Since I didn't include it in the beginning, check out my review of the first Chicken Run in the upper left-hand corner. Or check out my review of these recent animated features from more recently, last month. The upper right-hand corner is my spoiler-free review of DreamWorks Animation's newest attempt, Trolls Band Together. Or go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of a film that really just isn't doing great, and that's Disney's new film, Wish. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.